Welcome in, have a seat. Kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah! Yeah! Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah!
Konbanwa, friends, and welcome to the winter finale of Otalku Cafe. We got some rascals going on in a double feature. Akira Toriyama's one of his current projects before he passed, and a beautiful finale. That's going to be our main events. I am Matt, your CEO and head chef, and to join me, my other CEO, Ethan. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I've been annoyed the last couple days, dude. Honestly, fucking yesterday, I ordered Five Guys from DoorDash. First off, I'm spending way too much money on fucking DoorDash.
Yes, you're buying two meals.
I am buying 2 meals for one person, and I'm only getting 1 meal. This is bullshit. No, but I buy Five Guys, and everybody knows when you buy Five Guys, right? You spend an arm and a leg, but you always get the extra fries. So they didn't give me the extra fries yesterday. I was really pissed that I spent an arm and a leg to not get extra fries. And then that night, because lately I've been having a habit of just watching YouTube until I'm ready to pass out, and then I pass out versus turning the TV off and then trying to fall asleep and I can't fall asleep. So I'm scrolling through my phone at 1 a.m. and I see some cocksucker in fucking Ohio spent $600+ on fucking groceries using my credit card. So I had to call Capital One at 1 a.m. and speak to fucking whoever the fucking bumfuck India and have them send me a new card and fucking cancel my other one. So now I'm annoyed that I have to fucking go at some point when I get the new card. And I swear to God, 30 different recurring fucking charges on my credit card because I use that bitch for everything. Now I've got to update 30 fucking sites. That's annoying. And then today I bought DoorDash again because I didn't feel like cooking because I've been a lazy fuck. And I ordered a meal. Again, I spent way too fucking much money on this meal. And it was wings and some fries and a drink. And again, I spent way too much money. And the wings I only ordered 6 because I wasn't trying to be a fat ass. And the wings were fucking so tiny. It was ridiculous. It was I felt like a fucking porn bitch looking at a fucking mini disc eating these fucking things. I was like, this fucking blows. So, and then now we've got severe weather. You've got severe weather over there. I've got fucking rain over here too. So it's the drizzling shit, literally. For us.
But yeah, we had a hailstorm here, and we got our last snowstorm leading to tomorrow as I'm going to Long Island tomorrow after work.
That sucks.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun.
Said no one ever.
No, I'm looking forward to going down. Get to go to my mom's great for her birthday, and I could watch WrestleMania night one with my friends, and then Sunday I'm going to be driving home, watch WrestleMania Night 2 here, and then record right after.
Oh, dude. I'm going to be having a get-together on Saturday and Sunday at my house. I think Saturday. We're hoping the Magic win, so we get 50% off Papa John's pizza. It's 50% off pizza.
And then I am joining the Raw team for Dirt Sheet Radio now, since I don't have Collision, so we're not doing fucking Collision. So they wanted to help for Mondays. I could do some, not all, because, ends at 11 at night, and records almost 1 a.m.
Then you work the next night at next day at 6.
So I could do every other Monday. So
you got your new route. Are you waking up earlier or later?
Still same time. I still start at 7:45.
Is it an easier like route
The
versus the
one,
last?
the one I'm getting now, I've done it before. I didn't mind it. It was just a lot of pain in the ass. Like one, like
Is that the college one?
what?
Is that the college one you mentioned? I remember one
Oh
of the
no,
first.
that was Burlington. That was in Burlington.
Oh, that was that fuck show. Okay.
Yeah. No, it was basically it's a good amount of walking. That's fine, and then like some random houses are drive to the mailbox or park, get out, like turn off the car, get out, go back in, next house, turn off the car, get out.
Oh, that's annoying.
It's just convoluted. That's all.
Yeah.
But other than that, it is fine. And I heard the person that had it recently, he cleaned it up a bit. So
Everything is Daijobu then.
everything's deja vu. I'm gonna try it out, and we'll see after the 30-day review with all the changes. They say, "Oh, everyone's over now." Well, I guess we go back to how we were originally. yeah. They're fucking ridiculous.
Gotta love you at UPS. I'm sorry, not UPS. USPS.
USPS, no.
USPS.
Yeah, no, because so far I've been over 8 hours on the new changes on the route. So now it's gonna bite them in the ass. So they better take that fucking data and shove up their ass.
Take the shovel and shove up their ass. Amen.
Exactly. All right. So shall we get to a couple of news before we do the reviews?
I want to talk about wrestling. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, we can talk about the CM Punk thing.
I'm just kidding. I don't know how many of our viewers in fucking Taiwan. By the way, prayers for Taiwan and Okinawa. I was gonna make a Taiwan joke until I realized, like, oh, literally yesterday, fucking people died in a fucking major earthquake. So that's my bad.
Yeah.
But in any case, yeah, prayers to you guys. Hope everybody recovers quickly from that standpoint. So now that I ruined my own joke, yeah, we might as well get to let's just...
But I feel like people were missing the point about the guaranteed money for what Punk said.
I agree with it. Yeah,
That's the thing. He's saying if people got paid off of the house, they would care more about drawing the house. That's the thing. They don't.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote in the chat. I believe it is a self-centered comment because the people that go by that shit are always the money makers. You know, like if you go back to when that was viable, your Hogans, your Savages.
Yeah, because you got paid because wrestlers got paid off the gate.
Yeah, your Flairs and Steamboats and Stings and your fucking Junkyard Dogs and what's it called, DiBiase's and Duggins. Yeah, whatever promotion, whatever.
Free attitude,
town, you know. Yeah, if your Vern Gagne's, your what's it called, your Von Erich,
your Brunos,
yeah, your Pattersons, and what's it called, and other Dick Tire, all those guys, they would all make crazy money. But then for the other guys, the bottom feeders, you're not making shit. So you know, I mean, it's one way to cull the wrestling business, but in today's generation, we don't want to cull anything.
No, I feel like that's the reason why I could left too. Like, yeah, it's not because of the Bucks. It's pretty sure it's because of Tony, because they don't see the same vision they have for the business. That's fair.
I mean, to be fair, even if they was in that circumstance, like guys like, you know, like Omega and the Bucks, they would still make a good profit because they have a piece of the business. I'm sure their agent would negotiate an even bigger piece of the business to maintain that like status from that standpoint. But then if you go down the rest of the card, you know, the women ain't getting shit. Fucking like, you know, you're like I said, you're fucking guys, other lower card guys get nothing, and everything is predicated toward the top. So for people that are main event players, that works absolutely perfectly. But for that's like what 10% of the entire wrestling business that you can consider a main event player when you really think about it.
Like actual main event draw and ratings, the box office, like
and that goes for any country. That's not even just America.
Like basically, like, who do you have like your Roman Reigns or your Brock Lesnar or your Okada in Japan or
your Naito in Japan, you know, your Gunther in the UK, your Osprey in the UK,
right?
Your what's it called, Del Santo
and Vikingo in Mexico,
Soberanos, all those guys, your Voladors in Mexico, so forth and so on. You go whatever region, it don't matter.
I keep talking.
Anyway, so from that degree, you know, at the end of the day, I felt it was a self-centered comment, but it still makes a lot of sense from that perspective, you know, and I still agree. You know, Punk's point is it makes total sense. Like, all right, you have your beautiful matches. I love beautiful matches, but you know, when you're doing it in front of like 1,000 people, when the capacity is like 10,000, what are you really doing from that standpoint? You know what I mean? So I don't know. There was a lot to be had from that interview, as Matt takes care of something off camera real quick. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of discourse, and just it brings out the worst in the wrestling business. I know this is supposed to be a anime podcast, but Matt and I have our shared interest of wrestling, so I guess while we buy time, we can talk about this really quick. But I mean, in general, it brings out the worst. I mean, it's pretty hilarious when you go on social. I live on X pretty frequently for many reasons, so to see a lot of the tribalism between both parties, fans of both parties, both companies, is
Right.
absolutely like hilarious. But at the same time, it's like super fucking like annoying. Like, dude, whether you're an AEW fan or WWE fan, like some of the worst comments and fucking opinions, it's like, dude, just shut the fuck up, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, no. It's like, it's always these guys. We're the good fans. Like, no, you guys are fucking awful.
everybody's awful. The internet is so full of
The
like virgin
Colts, the
losers.
WWE, the AEW, the Japan fans.
All these virgin losers that like have to pay for pussy or never gotten pussy in their life, and they just have like this dominating opinion that everybody needs to agree because CM Punk is a cancer, or CM Punk is a savior. Like,
No,
what are we
no,
doing? You know?
no, it's just Punk defending himself. He handled it bad on some occasions, and that was it.
Everything, if you really want to, people don't like try to dwell on the negative. Everybody knows I'm a glass half empty person.
Yeah.
So it's like all the companies have like shit, bad shit going on. AEW is not selling tickets, and a lot of their matches seem random. WWE has some stupid ideas, and some of their comedy is god awful. New Japan is in a fucking down now that they've lost a
Yeah,
bunch of people.
we're back in the dark ages of Japan where no one's really providing content.
Noah doesn't really give a shit. Fucking All Japan isn't doing a hell of a lot. You know what I mean? Like literally, like I think what TJPW, like all these women's
TJPW a little bit.
yeah,
DDP
and
and Dragon Gate.
DDP, Stardom, Dragon Gate, like all your lesser promotions are the ones that are shining in this like awful period in Japan. Mexico, I feel like, is the only major like area that's like still thriving.
Yeah, but it sucks that we don't have a lot of access to it.
No, you don't have a lot of access to it. I remember Meltzer, and for all of Meltzer's faults, Meltzer still does provide good analysis for certain aspects. He had mentioned he's like there was a really low buy rate for the CMLL pay per view, and by most accounts, it was fantastic. But one of the reasons why it was such a low buy rate, A, accessibility, and B, the price. It was just so ridiculously overpriced to go to watch that show. I don't know the exact price. He just mentioned that it was really overpriced for like the casual like viewer. Like you'd have to be a hardcore to like really buy
like $100 to buy the pay-per-view.
I don't fucking know, but I mean, there's another place that could do well off of a streaming service. You know what I mean? Streaming services.
Although CML used to post their almost full shows on YouTube, but now they just turn into clips.
Yeah, so I mean,
that was why I subscribed to it, because I always see these shows like they're like full shows, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like, okay, I'm down, and all of a sudden they change that. Like,
yeah. So I mean, did you see? Random, completely unrelated to anything, but I saw a clip that I didn't get to share because the chat was down at the time.
Yeah.
Apparently, during that pay per view, Sam Adonis had like a fucking like death match of some description.
Oh, I saw his clip. Yeah.
He saw his clip, and he was talking about like he'd never have real glass. Yeah.
So yeah, I saw that. I was like,
yeah.
Never.
But no, in any case, yeah. I mean, I've been enjoying the shit out of all the WrestleMania, and truth be told, every year the WrestleMania Media Week is always like one of the best things about.
No, I'm looking forward to it. So.
And yeah, this WrestleMania is one of the last couple of years of WrestleMania have been like phenomenal in terms of like that.
Yeah, that or they exceeded your expectations. As you know, there would be times where like the hype's not that good, and then you get the actual papers like, oh shit, it's good.
Yeah, there were mid things about last year's WrestleMania, but there was nothing that was atrocious, insulting to the viewer, in my opinion. Nothing about last year's. So
yeah,
I anticipate most of the same as well from that standpoint. I can't think of many things that truly can disappoint. They're obviously
the Karrion Kross match. I think that's it.
I don't give a shit about that. That's still going to be the.
I know. No, I'm looking forward to Jade's actual in-ring debut. That's not the Rumble. Jimmy and Jay could be like a super kick fest.
Although they're building that up so good, like bro, if it wasn't for the whole like finish the story shit, that has like the biggest story of them all, and even then that falls as a sub story of that, to that description. But they're building it up really well. Like I remember, Karen earlier today shared some sort of like short doc that they shared on WWE socials, and it's like supposedly really emotional. And they're riding high, especially off the unfortunate passing of Bray Wyatt in that documentary.
I still haven't watched that.
They're riding from I haven't either. They're riding high off that. Of course, A&E with their rivals and the biographies, they're riding high. So I mean, WWE is firing on all cylinders, and even though AEW puts out the better like entertaining product, in my opinion, it's just it's undeniable.
Like the matches are there, but Tony can't book TV. Like he can book all the matches he wants, but he can't format it TV wise.
I mean, bro, I get that, but would I much rather go to a WWE like TV taping or an AEW TV taping? I'll pick an AEW TV taping all day, honestly.
Right. Like if you're going there live, sure, but I'm saying though, like I'm saying for like in general for him, like trying to be like someone that's trying to have this on TV. This is how he lays it out. Is like it doesn't seem like it's something you would get on national TV. It's something you would get out of like the fight app.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a great time for wrestling fans because there's never been between three American promotions. You can put TNA in there too. The three top American promotions have the absolute best talent this industry has ever seen, and we're not talking about star power. Star power is obviously lacking from all sides in some capacity, but just the principle of in-ring talent, in-ring entertainment.
Like people are having jobs; they have options to go to now.
Yeah, like it's all like fabulous. You could watch TNA, and it long gone are the doldrums of being a TNA fan, in my opinion. And then AEW still is the hottest. It's not the hottest American company, but to me, it's still the hottest American show, even though it doesn't get viewers. In my opinion, it's still because
it's on a channel that no one really has, and they're hardly paying anything for it to produce it.
Yeah, they're still good from that perspective, But then you go back to the Punk thing in terms of it not being a real business. Back to the comment of okay, you got 5-star matches, but you're not gonna have in front of 2,000 people when the capacity is like 12,000. Like that's still
even Brett said there was like 30 people that he would still put on the best match he can. Not for the Meltzer rating, but still because they paid. So
yeah, I mean, it's like many people want to go back to the older days where it's like, okay, you turn it on because you have a hot crowd, and then you perform adequately for the not hot crowd. But I agree that there needs to be an evolution in terms of match quality for sure. You can't have the old match. You can't have matches from 2001. You can't have matches from 19.
We can't have the Mid-South.
Yeah, you can't
have the 80s crowd.
You can take elements of them in your storytelling, but the overall match concept and match delivery.
That was why I liked Punk's Collision, because it was that.
Yeah, it was the best of everything. It was the best of everything. Good story, good cohesive stories, great matches, and things you could follow from.
Yeah, that's they made it like old school wrestling can work in a modern setting. The problem is,
and it's in AEW, you have the alternative of like the modern, like fucking like go up billion miles an hour and do all that type of shit. But it fits when you have all of like everything of the above. It works because you can have a couple matches that don't mean jack shit. They're just there to perform, and those will be some of the matches. If you're a fan of the entire show, you still will remember those matches.
Right
from that piece. So.
But unfortunately, fans didn't like that. We want what we want. We wanted Wednesdays.
Go to Wednesdays, pal.
Yeah, and now half the people are no longer watching Collisions.
No, it's just I have a bunch of Collisions that have a bunch of matches. I have, I think, 5 recorded Collisions that have matches that I would like to see. That I'm like, meh. I'll get to them when I get to them. Like I have the FTR, the House of Black cage match, the Daniel or the Bryan Danielson versus Jun Akiyama, and the Bryan Danielson versus Hechirico, I believe, or something along those lines. Hechiro, yeah. I want to see those matches. I've got the recordings of the entire show because it records, but I don't have the patience to sit there and just fast forward like 1.5 hours of television
to watch a 12-minute match,
just to see like the 30-minute fucking segment that it gets broken up into 2 commercial breaks.
Right. But anyway, we don't have a lot of news. It's just Shangri-La Frontier is getting another 2-core season in fall 2024.
Nice.
Bakido is getting an anime adaptation. Soul Leveling is getting a season.
You said fall? Hold on, pause. You said fall for Shangri-La?
Yep.
I took a brief, and this will obviously expand because it always expands. I took a brief look when I was trying to go through spring because it didn't upload spring, but it uploaded summer. I only have, I think, 5 shows bookmarked, and they're all sequels. I haven't gone to the summer list, but something tells me that I might have. We'll probably have a lighter summer than not. If there's a lighter summer for me, I will pick up Shangri-La.
Okay, that's what you call it?
All right, Solo Leveling. My bad.
Yeah, Solo Leveling season 2. Sergeant Frog anime project got announced, and what you call it? Ameku Tako is Detective Karte. It's gonna TV anime, and that's about it.
Sounds good.
Yep. You said you got your Tsukimichi to review.
Yep. Episode 13 of Tsukimichi on tap. Core 2 kicked off with a new OP and ED. I hate the OP.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't like the OP. Yeah.
OP doesn't suck. ED is my type of song. And it's got both male and female fan service. A lot more female fan service, but nonetheless, fan service for both parties. So that's nice. Episode 15 kind of like started off a little slow, I'd say. It was just a lot of building from that perspective. It focuses mostly on the summer festival that's happening in the Academy City. The festival itself lasts a full week. And it's a pretty huge deal for, I guess, the entire like surrounding like economy and neighborhoods and things of that nature. A lot of people from different countries and towns and cities and such will come into the Academy City for this big Matsuri festival in Japanese. So from that perspective, that's relatively interesting. They use part of the festival to like do scouting and things of that nature for some of the fighters, as well as hold like, political conferences. And then just for like the common town folk, like, again, it's a summer festival. So lots of celebration, eats, food, liquors, drinks, general drinks, whatever the case may be. It's a big deal from that perspective. So we see some of the debauchery going on with Makoto and his little gang of demi-humans from that perspective. But there is a couple things to take away from the episode in that regard. During the episode, he finally kills all the assassins that were trying to kill him earlier in Core 1 of Season 2. So that was pretty cool. He just fucking bodied them and then fucking sent them off to light hell or whatever the hell he went to. So that was pretty cool. And then, like I said, the 2 storyline developments. One is that the Church of the Goddess is trying to basically persuade him. They find him, somewhat a threat, but also feel they can maybe use him as a tool. So they bring them in like the guise of like, we want to know how you're healing products and stuff. And so he's like, all right, well, in his mind, he's like, if I can, get an in into the church, that may behoove me. So he cooperates and he's there. They, do whatever, and then he fucks off. But the what's it called? The bishop of that church that he went to basically tells the representative that arranged the deal that it was a waste of time. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I got the product. And they're like, yeah, you got the product. He gave us all the products that makes the product. He showed us exactly how it's done. He's like, but it's done so intricately. At best, we have a 50% chance to replicate it exactly like this. Otherwise, it'll be lesser than 1. 2, the church, unbeknownst to anybody there, and I don't know, I guess Makoto might respond to it or something somewhere, I don't know, but they mentioned that the church tried to read his mind and his mana, and they could do neither. So they're like, it's confusing because we could tell he's some sort of beast, some sort of otherworldly something, but we just don't know whether he's going to be a calamity or whether he's going to be a godsend to the church. So TBD on that. And then the second piece to take away from that involves the political representatives of the nation, where the priestess that's traveling around with one of the heroes. Basically, that nation is accusing the Academy City nation of basically abducting and keeping her hostage, despite the fact that the priestess is doing this of her own volition. I don't remember like which hero is which in this instance, so I can't tell you really whether that's the case or not. I have to see the priestess and the hero to know whether that's the good hero or the dick hero. But nonetheless, they kind of have like a little back and forth. And before that meeting occurs, that political meeting between the two nations, that representative passes by Makoto's shop, and he's like, why is their text on the shop written in our ancient language, but they don't get a chance to really inquire because they have to go to the meeting. And Makoto overhears this, and wants to answer and talk to them, but has to deal with like a racist fucking guy that's like belittling demi-humans. So you got to take care of him and bust his ass and throw him out. So that was interesting from that piece. But yeah, other than that, just a lot of stage setting for Core 2. And it's to be determined how that will interact with the events that happened in Core 1 and how that sets up over the course of the next 12 episodes that'll run during the spring. So really solid. Question, Matt, do you want me to talk a little bit about the 2 animes that I saw? Or are we saving those first impressions for later?
Saving them for later.
Saving them for later.
But
right.
I did see Spice and Wolf, and I did watch the train one.
Yeah, I had Spice and Wolf and Good Lighting Angel included. I have not watched Bartender that dropped
I haven't
today.
yet. I'm gonna have to watch that when I come back.
Yeah, that'll be the one I probably watch after this. After we're done recording. So
No,
okay, I'm done.
All right. Yeah, I only got 2. Oh, sorry, 3. Real quick, the penultimate for Butchigiri. Matakara wants to now fight his gang boss Kenshiro, because he wants to get stronger when he wants to fight Arajin. Arajin, he was able to finally talk to Senya about, oh yeah, I found out, hey, if you take over my body, if we merge, I die. What the fuck? And he's like no, I would give your body back. Like I just want, I just want to fight Ichiya to basically snap him out of it. Because they were competitors, rivals for the Honki like years ago, and then they both got shot. That's why Ichiya and Senya are like the spirits. So they want to settle that score despite needing a host to do it. And then Arjun basically just says, hey, fuck you, like get out, basically. Like I don't need you, I'm not doing this. And then Senya disappears from him. Like, all right. All right, well, it was fun, right? We had fun when we did this. But yeah, Matakara is at the meeting ground with him and Kenshiro. They're fighting. Kenshiro isn't landing a single blow on him because he's basically like on defense. Like he doesn't want to hurt him because his Matakara's brother told him to look after him if something happened to him. So he's actually doing that for the brother who's now dead. But Kenshiro, he knocked him down, saying, "All right, enough," type of thing. Then Matakara snapped his stand power, basically merged with him. And Kenshiro, he's knocked out, but he's still standing. Like he got hit with a roundhouse kick in the temple. Well, he doesn't go down, but he's like frozen, like he's like unconscious but still standing.
Oh, so it's a New Japan match. Got it.
Yeah. Then Matakara just took off his delinquent jacket and just tossed it in the water because they're on the beach while fighting. And Arjun was watching from afar because Kenshiro told Arjun, like, hey, if I lose, it's going to be basically up to you to stop him. Even though he told Senya to fuck off. So the episode ends with Arjun going to that shrine. He grabs the gun thing to shoot it to himself to re-summon Senya. And he says to Senya, let's merge.
Let's become one.
Basically, yeah. Because Matakara is after Arjun now. Because I defeated him, you're next.
You're next.
Yep. So that's going to be that little showdown for Saturday. So I'll be covering that Monday.
Indeed.
So nice shit there.
Good shit.
Yes, good shit, pal. Now, Sengoku, we got that season finale for this. The fight continuing with Yazen and Jinka. Tama confronting her mother, Kuzunoha, while the mountain god is just looking on. What you call it? Jinka's, he's going almost primal with his tails. He has like 7 tails. And now he's 9 tails because the light and dark ones came out. And it got to the point where he was in a frenzy. Can't control himself, like it's not even him.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to deal blow to Yazen, but there was illusion thinking that Tama, she sacrificed herself to snap Jinka out of it, but that wasn't the case. It was the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
So that made fucking Jinka just like basically blow up almost.
Mm-hmm.
he's too far gone, while Jinka it is inside, like his subconscious, like saying, "No, that's not me. Why are you doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Snap out of it! Like why are you attacking our friends, and we're just attacking as random people."
Mm-hmm.
So while he's doing this, the Mountain God was trying to stop him and Yazen from fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And these random hooded men, like 5 of them, just appear like randomly. They're like shadows type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Why are you guys here?" But basically, like no one could really see them. Like it's just her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, I guess it means I should retreat because Jinka's basically gonna be like fucking Vegeta and like blow up. So Shinsuke was trying to save Jinka, but Shinsuke got incapacitated. Like he's out. The Mountain God has Rinzu, Tama, Shinsuke basically teleported them out of there. Let Jinka blow up on his own, and he's missing. That was like it was like time has passed. He's missing. Shinsuke is still unconscious. So Tama is going to look for Jinka all on her own. That is where the second arc is, while the Mountain God was talking to herself that there's one guy that can stop him, and that was someone we met before, Senya, the Thousand Demon Devil. So he's going to have a main role going into season 2. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be in the summer. So that'll be my next sequel then. I gave it a strong 3.5. Slow start, but halfway through, it was going up. Okay, like now we're getting to the story. Like, all right, good. And the action was solid. So I'm happy with that in that aspect.
All right.
One more, Mashle. My other season finale.
Mashle.
Mashle. Yeah, not a whole lot happened in the finale. I was expecting, okay, the exams are over. Mash is Divine Visionary. Not yet. We still got first it was like relaxing at the beach. Like it wasn't like a beach episode, but they were at the beach because like a spring break type of thing. And of course, you got fucking Wahlberg. Half his body still like decomposed. He's like chilling with a drink. Like, what are you doing here? Like, it's vacation. Like, it's not vacation for just you kids. Fuck. Even though half his body is still like decomposed, still has no left arm.
Oh shit.
So, but no, he tells Mash like, it's gonna be a lot harder now going forward, right? And Mash is aware of it. He accepts it. He'll knock the stuffing out of them with his fists
and cream puffs.
They're like, oh shit, he's got to study now. So Lance, Dot, Lemon, Finn, they're trying to help him study, and fucking Mash brain explodes basically. Too much information because he sucks at almost all these tests. It's time for the exam. He does an okay job. It's passable, but the outsiders aren't happy because no magic. Why are you here? You don't matter to society. And it's like fuck you, that thing. And then fucking Dot trying to keep the peace, like you say, like he's like Mash's agent. Then they talked back to Dot, and Dot responded by going, like they blurred the middle finger. Like, yes. But Lemon trying to reason with them, and they started throwing rocks at her. Mash sees this, and then Mash caught the rock. Talked to them. They stopped, and basically it's time for more of this Divine Visionary quest. The only thing I didn't like that I figured he would be a Divine Visionary after this, like the exam's over, like he passed, he saved people. I figured, the students were cheering him on, that everyone else would be cheering him on too, but that did not seem to be the case yet.
Nope.
I gave it a 4.25.
Okay, that's a lower rating than what you gave it last time.
Season 1?
Yeah.
I think I gave it 4.5. So a quarter less than a quarter.
Slightly off, but not
Yeah,
terrible.
still very enjoyable.
Sure.
I just wish I had a better finale.
Boy, that's a
If I
common
had a
theme.
better finale, it'd be the same grade.
Huh?
If I had a better finale, it'd be the same grade, the 4.5.
I feel like it's a common theme of the spring. Like great season, or sorry, winter. Like great
But yeah,
season.
but
Now
you didn't stick the landing.
yeah, for real.
Yeah, like some of those. Now let's get to some of our togethers. Our first one is a first impression. Akira Toriyama's latest series, Sandland, which is based off a 14 chapter manga.
Mm-hmm.
It's finally getting animated.
Yep.
Basically, it's after a war. There's a drought. There's no water. The king's holding the hostage.
Yep. He's an asshole.
So basically, the former war hero Sheriff Rao, basically is trying to look for the water for the people. Sorry, General Shiba. That's his actual name.
I was gonna say like, oh, you learn Rao isn't actually his name, but you'll have to see what his name is in the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So he wants to help the villagers, and to get help, he would need help from the demon. So Beelzebub and Thief.
Random name, but okay, Thief.
Yep. And fucking King Deborah tells Beelzebub to help him out.
That was fucking great. I was like, that's literally fucking Deborah.
Yep. I was like, good.
Literally. And fucking Beelzebub looks like fucking like Cool Boo. He looks and acts like Cool Boo. Little Boo. Sorry.
But what you call it? I like Thief. He's fun.
Did you haven't watched today's episode, right?
No. Did you?
No, I've only seen 4 episodes. This is literally the first episode for me because I'm only
a
little
but
under
the first 6 episodes is basically the movie with some added stuff,
and
episode 7 leads to what the rest of the show's gonna look like. So fucking angels are assholes. I like General R. He reminds me of like someone from like Red Ribbon Armies.
Yeah, I didn't like him at first, but yeah, it makes sense now. Like he's pretty cool from that perspective. I'm like I was telling you yesterday in the chat, like the first episode, first 10 minutes, I was like, meh, like is it worth it? Is it really worth it? And then you had mentioned like, oh, just keep watching it. It's not gonna be the show that you expected it, but it's not that bad. And then what's it called? Basically, I ended up warming up to it. Episode 2 is a really solid one, and then like I believe it's toward the end of episode 2, or as we go into episode 3, that's when you really get like a good base of the story, and the story is intriguing. The action does pick up, so it's a solid watch. It's not gonna, I don't think, break any records, but for what it's worth.
No. But I still find it very enjoyable. The animation is kind of like how it was for the latest DBZ movie, but this one.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well, which I don't mind.
This felt more smoother. Like this fits it. So
yeah, it does fit it. It does fit it. Like I was literally telling you guys yesterday, I was like, it literally feels like a 1990s anime that's been like rebooted and redone with like newer anime. It's got that.
But I also like the callbacks to Chrono Trigger and Dragon's Quest with the video games.
Yeah, there is something to be said about Toei Animation and that studio. Like it's to me, they're very distinctive in the way that Ghibli is, where like you see it and you just know, yep, that's a Toei. You see a Ghibli, yep, that's a Ghibli. You know what I mean? Like things of that nature. So it really sticks out. Like this is really a quintessential Toei animation. Toriyama's fingerprints, you could tell, are all over it just based off of the character design and the way that the characters are portrayed and how they act and their mannerisms and things of that nature. It really fits. It does fit. And that makes it, maybe that's playing on my nostalgia card, which isn't a bad thing in this instance. But yeah, I dig it.
Right. But no, I'm looking forward to more. We'll definitely be covering it when we're all caught up fully. I just got to watch today's episode.
I got to binge 5.
Yep. So we should go there. And even this one, angels are still assholes. That seems to be the common thing.
Yep.
But no, I'm all for the ride. Now we got 5 shows.
Do the movie.
I was going to talk about Kame real quick.
Oh. Yeah, that's fine. We can talk about Kami and then
unless you wanted to skip it and just save it for the state finales.
No, we can definitely review. No, we can review Kami. No, that's fine. Let's review Kami, then go to the movie, and then we'll go into
then the finales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. But basically, it's about Aizawa, or Aiza, how you ever say it, Aizawa.
Auza.
Yeah, Aiza. Basically, they want to control the country's energy system with Yamadi's secret group. So basically, that's why Emma wants Tegan's help.
Yep.
To stop the Aiza. Because, there's more intentions to this than you think, but
Ni hao, Karen.
but I like that this mostly focused on what's the guy's name? Mike.
Which one was Mike? Oh, yeah.
I was saying
Yeah,
the detective.
yeah, detective. Yeah.
Yeah, like about like how he met Emma type of thing, like how Emma eventually warmed up to Mike.
Yep.
The fucking karaoke.
Typical, ridiculous.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
You're watching it in sub and he's singing in English. This broken.
Yeah, it is. It
like,
doesn't fit. I really get torn by this because it's like I feel like I really should watch this in English.
Yeah,
but
I should have, but it's too late now.
We had our main man as the main character.
And if he wasn't, I would have done this in dub.
Yeah, I would. This would have been one of those I would have struggled, but I would have done it in dub. Agreed.
But which called with Higan and Emma, they infiltrated and did not go so well.
No, did not.
No, it got to the point where, they had to retreat. But the guy didn't kill them.
Of course not.
It's like, I'll let it go, but next time we meet, you better fight me one-on-one.
No, it was interesting because he's like, oh, like I want an honor, I want an honorable battle because this is what it's like to face a real warrior. And I was
they still got to follow the ninja code, despite this futuristic armor.
Do they? I mean, fucking, midget pervert didn't really follow the code too well.
Well, no, fuck him.
Yeah, a little fucking creeper. No,
he is a fucking creeper. So no. But no, so I feel like we're gonna get that next episode, them fighting, or eventually.
It was a good battle. Literally, Egon was about to die if it wasn't basically for Emma. Although Emma almost killed him in effect too. So it's like, what are we doing, really? But no, it was still really solid.
Yeah, even Higan was like, so like, what do you want to talk about type of thing? It was basically, Emma was like, oh yeah, if your wife says have a live on after, but I can't really tell you that now. Because I need you fuel-driven, revenge-driven.
Yeah.
For this to work.
You got to tame your anger. And she does mention that specifically. She's like, you got to tame your anger. That'll be like the best.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to keep blindly going in and you'll eventually get killed.
Yep.
So he ain't John Wick in that regard, but he's got the ambition.
It's all about my ambition.
But no, decent episode.
It's just solid. Kami is always just, delivering in terms of like solid. You get what you expect. You sometimes get more.
It's a revenge plot. We're there for the ninja battles. The plot it's there, but we know why we're here.
Yeah, we're here for the gore and the fights.
Yeah, we're here for the fucking gore.
Gore and the fights. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to our 4 finales, maybe 3 to 4. We got to talk about some movies.
Some movies. It's just a singular movie, sir.
It's a double feature.
It is. True. True enough.
What you call it? The Rascal Does Not Dream of a Knapsack Kid, and Rascal Does Not Dream of the Wandering Sister. This is from the Rascal Bunny Girl Senpai series.
I want to lament on this for 2 seconds because the movie theater I went to really, really, really fucked me over, right? So I get to the movie. The movie is like, okay, 2:00 premiere. I'm like, okay, great. So 2:00 premiere, no problem. 2:00 comes, movie hasn't started. I'm like, okay, just got my popcorn sitting on the floor, waiting to be consumed. And I'm like, okay, what's the holdup? What's going on? Like, what's going on? And then literally, it took them 20 minutes for them to fucking show me the movie. On top of that, the movie didn't just start from the beginning. The movie started 20 minutes in. So I missed the first 20 minutes of the first film. They didn't rewind it. They didn't offer me nothing. Like, truth be told, I didn't bitch, but I should have bitched. Maybe I would have got something for it. But regardless, it's still like what the hell? Like, we're not rewinding. Like, what is going on? On top of that, I had the most amount of virgin energy I've ever been around in a movie theater watching an anime show. It was so cringe being behind these fucking high school boys in the front, having high school boys in the front, having these even worse high school boys behind me, and they're all friends. They just chose different seats, and coincidentally didn't know that they were all coming to see the same movie. And just like the amount of like virgin fucking energy was just so like off-putting. And I'm like, oh my god, would you guys just fucking go somewhere and play a video game and fucking get off? Why don't you pirate this shit? It would make my life easier for you to just fucking pirate this shit. I was fucking miserable, truth be told. Anyway, that's my diatribe on.
What you call it? We're gonna keep this as spoiler free as we can. We're gonna basically talk about the premise of these because both of these movies have a different premise for our puberty or adolescent syndrome, however you want to word it.
Yes.
But the first one was Rascal Does Not Dream of a Sister Venturing Out. So it was about Kaede. This is basically a Kaede-based movie because of basically her wanting to go to school. So, since if you remember from the show, she was basically bullied. It made her basically be a different person, different personality. And now she's back to her old self. And she wants to go to the same school that Sakuta was in.
Yep.
But it's a pain in the ass to get to.
Yes, it's actually a good school.
Yeah, very good school.
Yes.
So basically, most of this was about her studying for it. And it got to the point, she had her panic episode during the exam.
Yep.
She got her bruise or marks coming back up.
Yep. I would still like to know a scientific reason for that. Because it's not psychological. Sakuta could see it.
Yeah, they really didn't say, huh?
They don't go into that. Yeah. And it's like, at least
that's like the super. I guess that's the supernatural aspect of the show that we know.
Yeah, but there's supernatural correlations that are associated with that, but to the same degree, at the end of the day, we do get like some scientific answers to why Sakuta has his bruises and he bleeds and his scars and shit.
Yeah,
but we never get that for his sister.
Right, and I don't think that will be explored. I got to the point where Kaede said something kind of fuck up to Sakuta.
Yeah, really.
I was like, ooh. And he didn't know what to say because, kind of right, but at the same time, no.
He's trying to be so loving for his sister, and his sister just fucking like
like me or the old me.
Yeah.
I was like, that hurts, man. And Sakuta finds out why she wants to go to the school he's in. As you know, that's what the older her wanted. What you call it? They talk to the idol group. Uzuki talks to Kaede about the homeschooling, online classes. Like, hey, look at the future of teaching is actually not so bad. A lot of people are on board with this one, like professors making a schedule for people at your own pace. Don't force yourself. Just be online for a couple hours a day.
If only life was really like that.
Yeah, that would have been a sweet gig if I was in school.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, pal. Yeah, for real.
Exactly. But and even Kaede did pass, but doesn't want it because it's now the online school. You're like, you know what? Just be your own person. You don't have to do anything for me. Do it for yourself.
Yeah, no pressure.
I love you for you.
Like the real you, not just the old you.
Yeah, like, you know what? Yeah, I did like the old you, but you know what? I was actually really happy when you came back to normal. Well, not normal. Like, I'm glad how you were, like how you are now. Like, and no bullying, no nothing. So that was the first one. That was really nice.
It was. I gave it a 4.
Yeah, I gave this a 4. Now the other one was Rascal Does Not Dream of a Knapsack Kid, and also
this
from the first one. Yeah, also from the first one, it's also focused on a younger Mai.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. This was brilliant. The second one was brilliant. I can tell everyone I cried 3 different times during this movie. I
agree. It almost got me. And this also focuses on Sakuta's family, so what you call it? Mai doesn't have that much of an important role.
No, just Little Mai. Little Mai is a facilitator, basically, to everything that goes on in Sakata's like time
in this
during this episode of
in this puberty syndrome.
Yes,
Yes.
this puberty syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah, basically with the little one, it's basically her escorted him to that alternate timeline. It's like she is that bridge for.
There was a little bit. Didn't you get a little bit of a feel for like the one movie Blue and Red and Red the Blue?
Yeah.
It gives you a little bit of that, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Basically, one timeline is Kaede never had her issues. The mother never went to was never hospitalized.
Yep.
And they lived in their old home. While the current one is basically all that shit did happen.
Yep.
And this was about the mother because, the mother is ready to come home. And we do see that Sakata never interacted with the mother.
Yeah.
Like,
that wasn't on purpose. That wasn't like being a bitch or asshole. Like, he was just didn't, the interaction didn't come.
Yeah, basically, it was like he mostly wanted to do it for Kaede.
Yeah.
Like, just make sure that, make sure things went smoothly.
Yeah.
But this unfortunately turned into this alternate timeline where, one, he didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And just, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it was just more of getting that closure with your mom, actually talking to your mom.
Yeah, that the opening when like the first part where he like was just like begging, trying to be noticed, and just that they did a really good job of portraying the despair in Saki, because even though Sakato's been through this with Mai, it's happening to him. So now it becomes even more of an issue because it's personally affecting him. And so just that disparity, despite trying to act calm, just that hint of despair as he's going through this, that was really fucked up. And then just like you said, that reconciliation, that moment where everything is right with the world, that got me too.
That was one that almost got me. Just that's wanting to talk to her about this, like basically thanking her.
Yeah, it really puts the family dynamic into perspective from that piece. It's like you take your family for granted, and I think it hits you maybe a little bit different, Matt, considering some of your family history. Yeah, so like I get that, but like it just knowing that those pieces, seeing it portrayed in the film and the way that they deliver it, like it really helps you put things into perspective in terms of appreciation for the good of your family. And not everybody, that's the reality of life. Not everybody has positive family situations, but for those that do, and for where you can appreciate it, I think that the story did fantastic from that standpoint of portraying that and giving you a feeling where and I think that's something that the Rascal series does really well. I talk about the Rascal series so much when it comes to not new anime fans, but to tell people like where anime is beneficial to progressive ideologies and thoughts surrounding how you build yourself. Because I've always said that about anime. I've always been a proponent of where you can get something from an anime. You can get a life. In most anime, you can get some sort of life idea that may benefit you or benefit someone else within your universe by watching anime. And the Rascal series, I always tell people, like, if you have a child, an adolescent child that's growing into a preteen or is a teen, it helps you understand like teenage angst and the struggles that your child will face that they may not feel comfortable sharing with you, or like give you signs of things that you're missing that your child or children may be going through. And then also from that perspective, from the child's perspective, it gives them also a different viewpoint, different lens. I think from an outsider, looking in, I'm not a parent, but I feel that there is sometimes failure in communication when it comes to parents' delivery of life lessons and things of that nature, because of the whole idea, and all adults have gone through it, where it's like better than your parents. Well, if you don't want to listen to the parent, even though the parent's telling you sound advice, seeing it through an alternative form of media really does something to help put things in perspective from that adolescent's perspective, whether it be a movie or music. For example, music is obviously a big one. So Rascal does a really good job of giving that teen, that preteen, a different viewpoint, different lens to observe something that they may be going through, or something that they observe other people, or something happening within their universe. And I felt like that was especially highlighted in this second movie. So I thought it was tremendous. I actually like this second movie. I think Out of all the three that they've had, I think this is probably the best one that they've done. In my opinion.
Agreed. No, I guess 4.5. Very solid.
It made me cry. I gave it a 5, dude.
Yeah.
It made me cry 3 times. That's a fucking that's fucking minimum 4.5 boss lowest bars on 4.5 from that standpoint.
Yeah. But no, great ending to that one. And of course they made the announcement after for the college arc because Molly graduated. She graduated high school.
Yes. They graduated high school. No, they did not have sex, by the way.
Nope.
No sex.
No. Sakura
All the virgins behind me were disappointed.
Yeah, Sakura has to graduate first, guys. Calm down.
Yep.
But no, there's no release date yet. I'm gonna assume sometime in 2025. At this point,
probably 2026. It took them what 3-4 years to adapt. When did the movie come out? 2020, 2021, or
the last two movies came out last year.
No, I'm talking about the first movie because the series came out in
2019. 2019.
Yeah, they waited 2 years for the actual follow-up movie. Then they waited another 5 years, in essence, 4 or 5 years for these two movies. So you're saying 2025. I'd love for it to be 2025. I'm more liable to say 2026, 2027, if I'm being honest.
We'll find out. But no, I'm all for it. I'm glad I was able to basically binge the series in the month before the movie. That made it a little bit fresher for me.
How did that work out for you?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
What'd you give the series?
I gave series a 4.25. I gave the first movie 4.5, and now this the 4, and then the 4.5. But no, I love it as a whole. I very much enjoy it.
You just made me super liberal about my 5s, clearly. And I gave the fucking series and the first movie a 5. So all right, I guess I'm fucking.
Well, you're the Dave Meltzer of that.
I am. Now I haven't broken the star rating. Granted, I probably would. In all seriousness, for some anime, I would probably break the star rating.
All right, moving on. We got our 3 finales.
Only 3.
This one will be very quick. Metallic Rouge.
Thank God. Thank the heavens it's over. Uh-oh. Matt, go? Oh, no. Oh, no. Matt disappeared. No. Ay, Dios mío, ¿qué estás pasando? No. What was this at 56.5, I guess? 56.30. Let me jot that down. 56.30. We mentioned he was having problems, ladies and gentlemen. Lo and behold, here they are. 56.30. Gonna need some editing at Sean Garmer. Shout out to Sean Garmer, our wonderful editor for Otalku Cafe. And he's gone. Son of a bitch. All right. It's just us. It's just you, me, and all 5 of you people currently as it stands that are currently watching. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try and kill some time while we wait for Matt to hopefully recover his internet or his power, depending on which he lost. Any of the 5 people, you guys want to send me comments, thoughts, ideas, 2 cents, anything? We can do a Q&A while we wait. Don't know what else I could talk about, really. Talk about wrestling, I guess, but I don't know how interested you guys are in wrestling, and I don't really feel like turning into AEW midway through. It's already the 9 o'clock hour, so I've already missed a good portion. There's been some discourse in terms of what's been going on. Jay White is bumping for Billy Gunn. That makes sense. Billy Gunn is Billy Gunn. He's special. Oh, Matt. What happened? Hopefully nothing bad. That would suck. I wish I can get one of the guys on. That'd be super helpful if Matt can't finish the show. I wonder if I can. There he is.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
There he is. Okay.
And hello, Dragon Hero 00.
I invited the 5 or 6 viewers that we have now. 6. So you brought one viewer in with you. Drug somebody in the house.
Yeah. Did you talk about Metallic Rouge at all or no?
No, I tried to kill time for you while you were here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the finale sucked.
That's it.
Yeah, no. It was basically the fucking father Roy. I talk about how this is all a complicated plot. The Immortal Nine never had free will. Everything was by my design. He was like a wannabe Aizen. It was just all that stupid shit. And one of them, what's that silver hair girl's name?
Felicia? I don't fucking know. It was something Spanish. Leticia? No, that's black.
No. Jill. Yeah, Jill. Fucking Jill.
Jill.
Yeah, Jill. Yes, Jill tried to fight Roy, but Roy kills her and breaks her core, but still has her ID.
That didn't make any sense.
I know. Even though also Jill stabs the Roy's body, even though now his subconscious is in Cyan's body. So this is all his plan. So Rouge now has to fight Cyan.
This is all the wrongness of JoJo.
Yeah. Yep. So Rouge fights Cyan. Rouge is losing because Naomi is not a fighting unit, so her ID is useless.
Or is it?
But no, basically, I'll do that discharge thing. And when you do that...
I'm sorry. When you hear girl and discharge, I don't think...
Yes, and when that happens, I will die physically.
Yep.
And I will be in you subconsciously. Trust me, bro.
So then, let me ask you this. If Rouge ever gets fucked, is that guy having a three-way?
No. It's like it's like fucking Nail and Kami in Piccolo in the DBZA when they did that, basically.
Bro, I mean, fucking. I just mentioned that because of the fact that you have the whole thing that's like going all over socials with the man who married the conjoined twin. Yes. So like, if he's fucking her, technically that's a three-way, right?
Yeah, but this is an internal thing in the head. Like, she's not physically there. She's not feeling any of it. She's just like watching in her head, like, nice.
Of course you are. You if you get fucked in any description, male, female, or otherwise, you're gonna feel it. Even if it's like, even if you don't want it, you're feeling it.
Yeah. But I'm saying like Naomi ain't gonna feel shit. She's just in her head. She's just in Rouge's head.
I think maybe endorphins might, like, ooh, that tickles. I don't know.
That tickles. But no. They make a new body. It turns into fucking Deoxys from Pokemon. And Rouge beats Roy pretty fucking easily after that.
Yep.
And now, here's the fun thing. Rouge goes on top of the thing to start the Code so the Neons get free will. But wait, the other antagonist, what's her name? Opera. So, oh yeah, now these Aeon bot things, I put a virus in them when Code activates so we can start a war. So, goodbye, ta-ta, but wait, here's Gene. So, oh, by the way, I had installed this antivirus thing, not Norton antivirus, thankfully, because that would not work. Just a regular antivirus. So now all that stuff, they have the free will without the virus, because, one of the Neons pushed one of the humans, like, oh, shit.
I could do this?
I did that. Cool. Fuck. I want to punch him now.
Yeah.
So credits roll. Now it's up to Rouge and Naomi to save the world. And of course, it fucking ends with basically Opera and Rouge going at each other, even though we're never gonna get a season 2. So it's fucking pointless.
Was I right in saying this was worse than Tacto P?
Yeah.
It's worse than Tacto P.
Now it is. I gave it a 3.
Yeah, minimum 3. And what gave it a 3 is literally just the animation being cool. And the
animation and soundtrack. That's it.
Yeah, soundtrack was amazing.
And I like the world. I like the concept. Just the writing is just so fucking poor. And this is supposed to be like your 25th anniversary.
I'm gonna read you. I don't normally read my reviews of shows that I write because for those who follow me on Anime Daisuke 24, cheap plug, on Instagram. I do post reviews when I get to them eventually. Granted, they're always like 9 months behind, but I post them bitches. And I wrote here for this fucking review. Actually, no, I gotta keep scrolling. I'm in fucking fall. Jesus Christ, that's how far back I am, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what I wrote. I was like, to be frank, with the show over, I never understood the premise or the actual story, and that's what's god awful. Story pacing and story delivery shit the bed in this anime. The fact that the main characters are women is a plus, and it has incredible animation and even better musical composition. Couple that with decent fights, and it's a recipe for a good anime. But this was not that because the story was the drizzling shits, and the importance of strongly developing the many side characters was lacking. I found myself realizing that this was an absolute chore to watch for the majority of the season. I feel that's a pretty good encapsulation of when it's all said and done.
Yeah. Alrighty, you ready for the co-main?
Yes, thank the heavens.
Solo leveling.
A way better ending than fucking Metallic Rouge.
Yes, and a lot of goodness here. Picking up where we left off, Jinwoo getting his ass kicked by these knights.
Yep.
Because, there's too many of them, Jim.
Nope.
And he's running out of stamina. He has no skill point. Basically, he's
got
down.
He's got like one life point left.
And he's down to like bloody fist, skin open.
No, he got cut. He tried to block it, but his stamina is so low, it went through. So they cut his fucking he cut both his fucking knuckles like off his fucking hand.
Yeah. So that's what he's dealing with. But the timer is going off because he didn't do his daily challenge. So the penalty thing trumps what he's going for right now. So he has to do the penalty now.
But the penalty is way easier than what he's dealing with before.
Because he could heal up. He's allowed to. He has stamina back, and he's got to last 4 hours against
all of these. I think like 6 hours. I think it was like 6.
But yeah, a few hours against these bug centipede things that he's been dealing with anyway.
Yep.
And he had like a half hour to spare.
Yep. And so he buys a nice weapon, Matt. What kind of weapon did he buy?
It's a different blade.
Yeah, the Night Killer weapon.
Yep.
It cost him most of his money, but it's got a 25% buff against armored opponents.
Which is what he's dealing with.
Yep.
So time's up. He's back where he is in the dungeon. And he starts killing all these things, takes out the mages, nice sequences.
Yep.
And when it's all said and done, it gets a shit ton of awards, a lot of level ups. And now it's, you got a new class.
The Necromancer.
And he's like, what? Because he had the assassin build the whole time.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see why.
Because he's like, no, I don't want to be a fucking Necromancer. Fuck no. And they're like, are you sure? It's a background class. You could still be fucking Assassin's Creed if you want to be.
So, and then he's like, maybe this is a path they have for me. So I think I should say yes. And when he says yes, he gets these abilities right away. The controlling them, resurrect.
All the bonus points that Matt mentioned, he goes beyond the system. So he goes beyond the Necromancer. He becomes Shadow
Warlock, something. I don't know.
Lord, something along those lines.
But that's after he does his stuff.
No, if he says yes, he gets that. Because they're like, literally, he says yes, and they're like, upgrading your class, bonus points, upgrading your class, bonus points, upgrading your class, bonus points. The last line, you have exceeded the class threshold.
Yep. So he goes to test it out. He brings back all the weaklings.
Yep.
The weak armored, the mages.
Yeah.
He gets rid of a few of them because he has a limited stock of how many he can have.
Yeah, they end up going in like his inventory, basically.
Yeah. And he sees Igris, the Crimson Knight.
Yep. That was basically the minimum in A class that he's had to fight.
Yep. So he tries to resurrect it. First he sees it that it is possible.
Yep. Not everything is possible because he's got to raise the level up on these things.
Yep. So that's why he's scared as safe as possible. He says they says it is, but slim chance.
Yep.
First chance, failed. And he gets 3 tries. If he fails the first try, it doesn't happen.
Can't revive it.
He does it the second time, nothing. Now this time he talks to it.
Yep.
Like, you've been serving the empty throne for so long, now serve someone else. Basically me, the person that you tried to kill, you fought, you lost to.
Yeah.
Have a new purpose.
By the way, he has to type in a word. What is that word, Matt?
Arise.
Arise.
And I love the cool visual of it with everything, and that with the sword.
Okiro! That's what
Yep.
it is in Japanese.
So he does it one more time, and it comes to life. That thing's level 7.
And his other things are level 1.
Yep.
Because he's a level 1.
And basically, we're ready for more, baby.
Yep. And in the after credit, throughout this whole point, right? So he's doing all this stuff in the after credit. As we saw in the penultimate episode, there's going to be another raid on Jinju Island, which is the island of Genesis where all fucking crazy shit happened. And they point the sonar radar type of device down in the ocean, and they detect something, and that's when like we see like the battle happen. In the after credit, they pull out that something from the ocean, and they do an autopsy on him. Matt, what is it they pulled out?
Was it the insects?
No, they pulled out the body of Egress.
Oh.
They pulled out the fucking skeleton of Egress, or like whatever, the armor of Egress.
Yeah.
And they said, wow, we've never seen this before. They're evolving. Close.
Dun, dun, dun. I enjoy this show.
I enjoyed the fuck out of this show. I give it a 4.5.
Yeah, I gave it 4.25. Mostly because of the slow beginning. But once we got to
It wasn't the beginning, it was the middle. It was the middle, not the beginning. I liked the beginning. I did not mind the beginning at all. It fell off very slightly in the middle, and then it progressed up and up and up and up and up. And that's one of the things I wrote in my review.
Episode 6 was what made me love it. Like, like where he had to kill those humans.
Yeah. I had mentioned, like, in my review, I was like, I had written that the beginning was really good, and then it kind of tempered off a little bit in the middle. And then over the course of time, it increased, and everything increased. And there were moments where they're basically at the beginning and the end, you have your moments of shock and your moments of this is fucking awesome. And in between that was the temperament. But from there, everything increased slowly but surely. It did a really good job of increasing the stakes, increasing the drama, and increasing the action that's unfolding prior to those things. And I think that was really solid. Ideally, I would have loved to give it a 5, but I've learned through watching Attack on Titan and realizing this with other longer form series, you should really grade low so you have room to improve, because it's guaranteed that we're going to get more. So how can you give this a 5 and then give the other one a 5 when you can't break the Meltzer scale in anime? Yeah. You can't do that.
But no, I could definitely see it being like 4.5 to 5 for season 2 if they keep it up how it is, especially with how this ended.
Everyone says it's going to only get madder. Yep,
so I'm excited for it.
Yep, you gave it a 4.5. You gave it 4.25. We're about the same.
Yep, more or less, yeah. Like I said, if the first 2 turned out like if that was like one episode, and we had another slot for one more episode, I probably would have given it a 4.5.
Sure.
But we were talking about solo leveling, my friend. And now, time for the main events.
This is blue.
In my heart.
This is one of the best finales we've seen in a while. Across anime.
This is probably the best finale for the season.
And easily the best finale of the season.
Yeah.
Easily.
Exactly. And basically, the first half, more or less, was about, Ichikawa is still stuck in the girls' room when Yamada brought her in.
Yep.
So he's still hiding on there here and like, hey, so Yamada, who do you like, type of thing.
Yeah, I'd say the first third, by the way. First third. I break it into 3 parts.
Okay. Okay, 3 parts. But yeah, the first part, it was basically that Yamada was like trying to like not really say it because Ichikawa is still under the covers.
Yep. With straight boob in his face.
Yep. Boob pressing up onto him.
Yep. And then Moeka said some slick shit about, like you should like pace your relationship like this.
And
what
do it like adults. What do you mean? Like, like hook up, have sex.
Yeah. And then you find out whether you want to be with them or not after you fuck them.
Yeah. And she's like, that's really. But when they were going to bed, she's under the covers with him now, and she says, "Hey, do you think I'm mature?" Like, I thought about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she goes in to kiss him.
They're about to kiss each other. The fucking perverts outside.
No, not the pervert. Just one of the boys got roped into being a pervert.
Yeah. The sweet boy that's dating the heavyset girl.
Yeah. Give me a second. I was gonna find the name for you.
Haru or something? No, not Haru.
No. It might be Haru. Chotamata Kudasai. Kenta.
Kenta, yes, Kenta. Yes. Yeah, Kenta got roped into this, so the girls were like, they run outside to go chase them.
Bad
Yeah.
type of squeeze. Bad type of squeeze.
Yep, so that gave Ichikawa a chance to escape, but Yamada follows him
And Ichikawa says, we need to talk.
tomorrow.
Yep.
No, because Yamada wanted it now, but it's just like, tomorrow, like, trust me. And then we get to the next day. Beautiful out. It's really nice.
Yep.
They're taking pictures and everything.
Yamada's wearing a mask.
Kitsune mask, yep.
Yep.
And she asked Ichikawa if he's having a good time.
Yep.
And he says, like, yeah, like I kind of wish you were, type of thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, what are you talking about? I'm totally having fun. And he takes off her mask. Like, so why are you upset?
And she cries.
And yeah, she had an audition for something she really wanted.
Yep. Ichikawa called it out. You're like, you had an audition, didn't you?
Yeah, and she canceled it for him.
Yep.
That she wanted to have this moment with him, like this, like spending time together.
Yep.
And Ichikawa puts the mask on.
So he doesn't cry in front of her.
And he talks about, like, because he's like, he talks about, like, like, I made friends.
Yeah, he's like the world. He's like, I see color in the world. He's like, I probably would have done it without you, but it's because of you that I've done that.
Yeah, like, because I thought everyone was making fun of me, talking behind my back. I thought I was alone. I thought I was an outsider and all this. But no, I found out that's not the case. I actually like going to school. I have friends. I've been having a good time out, and that's all because of you. And he says to her,
yep,
I like you, Yamada.
Yep.
And
full name.
Yep. And Yamada.
And he's crying too. He's crying at this stage. He took the mask off and he's bawling, crying.
And she's crying. Like, but like, and before she could say it,
fucking can.
Yep. Yeah, and of course Ichikawa tells Yamada, like, go to the audition. It's fine.
So he grabs her hand as Kan's trying to get the confetti.
But of course, Kenta and the other girl, Kenta and Hara, were in the middle, like, oh, they had to do with it. And I love it. Like, they're like celebrating, they're doing it. And then Hara's like,
pissed.
She's like, stop it right now. I don't like any of this. And Kenta's like, yeah, please stop. And they're like, like, sorry, won't do it anymore. This was a bad choice.
Yeah, but no, we get to they run, like they ran through the shrine area. They end up near the train station, and Ichikawa tells Yamada, like, yo, go to the audition. She's like, I packed your sweets, and he opens his bag. There's a bunch of like sweets and candy, snacks. And she's like, that's why your bag was so big and heavy at the beginning, which was we saw at the penultimate episode. And then he's like, all right, go.
Yeah, before she could say it back, like, I like you, like, oh, about that. And then, of course, you see the friend.
Yeah, you see Chi. Chi comes over, says he's going to cover for them. They're all good. But Ichikawa's like, she's like, Yamada, do your best, and puts his fist out like a dork. But then Yamada goes, hey, I want to say it back too. And she fucks off. She goes to the audition.
Yeah, she makes it.
We don't know, by the way, whether she got it or not.
But she said she did fine.
Yep, she did her best.
Yep. And Ichikawa gets a text.
Yep.
Meet me in our usual spot.
Yep. This is as he was getting home from the festival.
From the trip. But it's like, where could that be? Like, we have a lot.
Yeah,
like,
he goes to the park or he goes to the house.
Convenience store.
Convenience store.
Nothing. And it gets to the school. And he figured the library, that where they met. And it's because they're like, where else are you gonna eat your snacks, basically? Yeah.
You're like, oh, you're bold coming here with no uniform.
Yep. Yeah, she was in a beautiful dress, by the way.
It was very, very beautiful, yeah.
But she talked about the audition with him, and now she stands up. And she's talking about everything, like, basically, here's my response.
Yeah, like, I love my friends. I love my family.
I like, everyone is very near and dear to me, and so are you.
You're the dearest person to me. You mean the most to me.
and she's like, I love my family, my friends, and with the sun reflecting with the animation,
Kyotaro,
Ichikawa,
Ichikawa.
I love you.
And then
And
it continues on.
And I love the expression on Chikawa's face. Like it was like, yeah, he was crying, but you know the visual of it with the
They're
sun reflected.
both of them were tears of happiness.
No,
And then
it was a beautiful scene. Like, oh my
it was
god,
gorgeous. Yeah, it was gorgeous. It was everything that you could ever dream of in in a romance anime or romance in general. Absolutely
Yep.
gorgeous. And Yamada continues. She's like,
And he's
Ichikawa,
like,
Kyotaro,
will you go out with me?
yeah, would you go out with me?
And he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
like he didn't say, but he's like, yeah.
And then they
She's
try,
happy.
they hold hands, and they try to reach in, and Yamada goes for a kiss, and she's too tall. Or
Yep.
Ichikawa's too short, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yep, and of
And
course,
then they bump
she
heads.
goes-
They fucking Shibata each other. That was funny.
Yep, and of course when Konoguard kissed him on the cheek.
And
I was
she's
like, yes.
glee. She is full of glee, skipping around the school. Yeah.
He follows her out. They're outside.
And the season ends with them holding hands as the sun comes down on them and the season.
I was like, I'm fantastic.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, this is a 5.
5. Go.
No, every episode was great. Like I loved every episode. I loved the growth between both of them.
Yep.
And I got my payoff. I got what I
We
wanted.
got the payoff. We got it.
Yes. Take that sign for that.
Take that, signs.
But
Yeah,
no, it ended perfectly. Beautiful. Definitely a favorite romance in a while.
Yeah, we got the payoff in Tomazaki, but this blew that payoff.
Yeah,
up.
there's like what? Fuck you.
Yeah,
hold on.
Hold my beer.
Like, hold on, let him cook. You wait over there. You picked the wrong one, but hey, he picked the right one.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the confession was perfect. The visual score was amazing. It was just beautiful. I loved everything about it. I never loved the show. Best sequel in a while. Especially in the romance. If we do not get more, you know what? Fine.
Perfect. That would be perfect too.
But I know it's still going, and they are currently still dating the manga. It's still going on. But again, you don't get a season 3, fine.
This works.
I will gladly pick it up and read it.
It's good shit, pal.
Exactly, it's good shit. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it, guys.
Hey, with Matt's 3 minutes, we would have been done in under an hour, in under 90 minutes.
Yep, and we're still testing under 90 minutes, but
no, 90 minutes is hour and a half. Yeah, true.
Closing thoughts.
Well, I guess we gave them a short episode because come Monday when we record our awards.
Yep, we're gonna have a 2-parter, the finale of Witch and Beast, my finale Buchigiri. We're gonna have Starman and Chris for our 2-parter. Part 1 with the awards, our cafe staff awards, and our top 10 with our spring watch list in part 2.
It'll be forever. No, to go back to your question in terms of final thoughts. Glad the season's over.
Yep.
The season started out with a bang, and I'm not gonna say it ended in a whimper, but it for a lot of the shows, it was kind of
some of the finales were flat, but there were some that were really good.
Yeah, it was really like a tale of like everything was like early on, everything is hitting, and like toward the end, it was like you have peaks and valleys now. Like that's really where you saw your peaks and valleys from that perspective.
Agreed.
But yeah, no, solid season. I imagine spring is gonna top it easily, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So to be determined at the end of the year where we rank the season as a whole. But I mean, if I were, without seeing the rest of the year, obviously, I'm putting at least 9 shows so far in a top 30, depending, and that's really being over aggressive and over ambitious.
So far, my top 5 are going to be in my top 30.
Oh, my top 6 is going to be in my top 30. Easily top 5.
Yeah, maybe 6, depending on how the rest go.
Yeah. So at least 7, 8, 9 are potentials for low end top 30.
Yeah.
6 through 9, I'd say. Yeah, potentials for low top end, and then top 5 are going to be in there, and especially the top 3. Oh, those are gonna be high, brother.
Yes. I know they're very high. All right, guys. With that, the cafe is closed. You can follow me on Twitter at DamienPhoenix12. You can follow him at Showstopper24. Follow his Instagram, AnimeDaisuke24. Follow my Instagram, Visit Evergarden Cosplay. Follow our Twitter, Otaku Cafe Anime. We also have a link tree for wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, whether it is Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, iHeartRadio, this type of thing. If you want to watch the replay video, it's right on YouTube at the YouTube Network's YouTube channel. Have a good one. Thank you for joining us. We want to thank Sean for being our editor, and we also want to thank Chair Shot Radio and W2 Network for following us on their platforms. So follow them at W2 Network and at Chair Shot Media. Always use your head. If you want to find more of me in my wrestling shot stuff, follow me at Dirt Sheet Radio. I am there every Thursday for TNA Impact coverage, and every other Monday for Monday Night Raw. And I will do most pay-per-views when they come up. Until then,
we're gonna do a group review for PWH, so they'll catch both of us after Mania at some point.
Yeah. And we'll get Angel bitch about the product ball, not watching it.
I bet you JP's gonna want to do it Monday, but we're occupied, so we're gonna.
I am not gonna go fuck off with that. No. He can do Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but not Monday. But guys, we will see you all Monday. Good night and oyasumi.
Sayonara, minasan.
Bye.
The sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you, but still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face, but hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice, but it's your choice. I